Plenty of great games, plenty of great matchups. Let's head into the poll patrol. Your fast pass through the top 25. I got the odds, correct? You got the evens.
Yeah, which means you got the first go for a while.
Okay, all right, let's do it. Ohio State versus Minnesota. Ohio State down 3-0 early. 42 unanswered against the Golden Gophers. They stood no shot against Julian Sand and the Buckeye boys. Big old win for Ohio State. Oregon, they got a bye week at number 2. Miami goes to Florida State and wins in a big one. Carson Beck improves that Heisman campaign. Ole Miss at number 4, they had a bye week. Oklahoma, 44-0 big win over Kent State. Michael Hawkins, the backup quarterback for Oklahoma, 162 yards through the air. He is expected, I think, to start again next week in the absence of John Mateer recovering from that hand surgery.
Oh, yes, here I am. I finally got a team. Number 6, Texas A&M. My team's finally out on bye. Number 6, Texas A&M won 39-9 against Mississippi State. They handled business. Marcel Reed and Mike Elko and co. They seem to be cooking with gasoline down there in College Station, so that's a good win for them.
Definitely a big one. Number 7, Penn State. The biggest upset of the FBS year so far. UCLA does it. Nico, I'm going to leave a Penn State in the back burners. Big one, 42-37.
Number 8 was on a bye.
Indiana on a bye. Texas at 9 falls at Florida 29-21.
You got number 10, Alabama versus 16, Vanderbilt. Alabama wins 30-14. We already talked about that one.
Texas Tech at 11 wins against a Houston team 35-11. Texas Tech, a team that's has more of a defense than maybe we would have expected to start the year. Offense was on a burner on Saturday against Houston. Morton threw for 345 yards. Jacoby Williams ran for over 100. Big one on the ground for him. Big win for Texas Tech away at Houston.
Baron Morton is an absolute dog, follows TND. I thought I had to give him his quick shout out, his quick flowers. Texas Tech has been doing their thing. And they stole Houston's defensive coordinator actually, and brought him to Texas Tech, and he's done phenomenal. Thanks for that program. Number 12, Number 12, Georgia at home versus Kentucky. They won 35-14. Good win for the Dogs. The Dogs, their rushing game, man, that running attack looks good, and their passing game comes alive sometimes. I just wish that passing game was a little bit more consistent all the time, but we'll see as that offense keeps growing. Number 13 was on a bye. We've got Iowa State versus Cincy. Iowa State loses to Cincy 38-30. We already talked about that one.
Tennessee on a bye week at 15.
16 was Vandy. 17 was
Georgia Tech on a bye week.
18 was
Florida State. They get blown up at home by Miami in a tough one. 19, Missouri on a bye week as well. Sleeper, really good team in the SEC. I think that people are not taking note of. Missouri undefeated at this point. You can take 20.
Yeah, Missouri and Coach Drink. At 20, we've got Michigan. Michigan beat up on Wisconsin 24-10. Game was never really in doubt. Michigan kind of dominated in the trenches against a good Wisconsin team.
Notre Dame at home against Boise State 28-7. Leonard Moore had 2 of Notre Dame's 4 interceptions in his return from injury. Fighting Irish, CJ Carr, they were rolling 15 of 23 for 189 yards through touchdowns to 2 different receivers multiple times. So a big one for Notre Dame at home.
Illinois, number 22, Illinois beat up on Purdue 43-27. Like I said, one of those games where it never was really in doubt. But still probably a little closer than Purdue as you would like it to be if you're an Illinois fan, but still a win's a win. And then 23
BYU, they competed on a Friday night at home against West Virginia. Were able to skunk out a win 38-24. A big one for BYU at home against a tough opponent. So that's another applaudable win for the Cougars as they continue to put wins together and remain undefeated 5-0.
Number 24, we've got UVA. UVA found a way to win at Louisville 30-27. Big win for Chandler Morris, and they won that in overtime.
That was a big one, and honestly, I didn't know how it would be because it was going down to the last couple of plays, but it turned out to be Virginia's defense that ended up getting them a win, getting stops, forcing field goals instead of touchdowns in overtime. That was the difference. And number 25, Arizona State on a bye week this week. They've got a big one next week. We'll talk about that in just a second. Other games to note this week, I thought there was one down there in Chapel Hill. Clemson gets a big win, 38-10 over Bill Belichick's boys. Clemson scored more points in the first quarter of that game than it had total in any other game this season. So Clemson maybe getting back on track, or just North Carolina being very, very bad.
I think that's a combo, right? That's a good rum and Coke perfectly made right there. That's what that is. That's a perfect combo of enough rum and enough Coke for that to be the reasoning for that one. So yeah.
Other good games from this week, I thought Baylor, Kansas State. I don't know if you were able to catch any of that one. That was a 1-point Baylor win. Sawyer Robertson doing his thing again, 345 yards through the air. That was a close one between two, I think, maybe tough record Big 12 teams, but two very good Big 12 teams as well.
South Florida keeps winning. They won 54-26 against Charlotte. Other than that, I don't think I had any really notable games. Pitt put the belt on the Boston College 48-7. Baylor sneaking away with a win. You saw that. How about the Armed Forces battle, Navy and Air Force? You gotta give love to our armed forces. They were throwing the ball. Navy's 5-0, by the way. Navy won 34-31. And Army also caught a win this week, 31-13 at UAB. And then another brutal one I had.
It's all right.
Oh, I had SMU over Syracuse. That was a good win for SMU as they're trying to they're starting 1-0 in the ACC, right? If SMU wants to make the playoffs like they did last year, they've got to go and make some noise in the ACC. So starting 1-0 in ACC play is huge for the program.
I think the Clemson thing is so funny. I'm still thinking about that. The fact that we don't know which one is worse, Clemson or North Carolina.